What's up, guys? Quantrix02 here with another figure review, and today it's time to jump back to the Spider-Verse, this time with Spider-Man. But maybe not how we remember him, a little different. I'm talking about Peter B. Parker here in Medicom's Mafex line. Let's get into it. Alright guys, before we take a look at the figure, let's take a look at the packaging. You have your usual Mafex packaging, which is the large window where you can see the figure and all the accessories it comes with. At the bottom you have a picture of Peter B. Parker, Mafex number 109, Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse. You got the Medicom logo, the Marvel logo here, all that stuff. At the top, a lot of the colors from the movies. And there's a picture of Peter B. right there. On the back, you have different poses you can get the figure into, as well as the accessories, and then some stuff here at the bottom, unreadables at the bottom, warning stuff, and then another picture of Peter on the side there. And there you have it. That is the packaging. Enough of the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure. Here's the figure with everything that comes out of the package. Before we take a look at accessories, take a look at the figure itself. And here he is, folks. Peter B. Parker from Into the Spider-Verse by Mafex. A very anticipated figure is finally here. We got to see the first figure in this Into the Spider-Verse line by Mafex, which was Miles. That ended up being a pretty decent figure with a couple issues. It just missed my favorite figures of the year because of those issues, but hopefully Peter B here hasn't suffered from any of those. We're about to get into that right now, but like I said, this is the second offering by Mafex when it comes to the Into the Spider-Verse figures, and I'm excited here. I was actually a little bit more excited to get Peter B. Parker, even more than Miles. I think they just did a great job aesthetics wise, and the amount of accessories this guy comes with. We're going to get into that in a little bit, but right now we're just talking about the aesthetics of the figure. And I gotta say, guys, right off the bat, that they did a phenomenal job nailing just the look of Peter in that from that film, and they just did a great job. And for those who are not not big on movies, I don't know why you're even watching this review if you're not a Spider-Man fan, but this is a alternate version of Peter Parker. This is Peter Parker from a different universe. He's kind of dressed like a bum. He's depressed. He lost Mary Jane. He's lost Aunt May. He's just going through a lot of stuff, man. Gaining a lot of weight, eating food and stuff. He's basically a bum. He's the bum Spider-Man, and I love him. He was one of the best parts of the movie, and we finally have him in figure 4. It's the second figure of this guy. You got to see him in the Marvel Legends line, and that figure looks great for a $20 figure. But we're bumping it up here with an import. We're in the $90, $80, even $100 price range now. So this guy has to match that, man. The $20 figure is great. What are you going to get if you just, you double that? So that's what I'm here to find out right now. So let's take a closer look at Peter B. Parker. So start off at the head. Like I said, that head sculpt is great, man. They did a wonderful job on that. That looks just like the character. You got a little 5 o'clock shadow there. That looks good. The hair is on point. No shading on the hair, but I don't really mind. It was an animated film, even though there's shading in this film. But I don't really care. I think that they got the actual sculpt of the hair great. So I'm not really gonna complain about that. But this face sculpt is pretty accurate to the film. You come down. We got this nice little jacket here, man. He's got this little jacket he wore in the film early on. And this is a nice jacket. This Mafex is just really getting into soft goods. And they did a really good job on this, man. Look at the stitch job, man. Look at the stitching all over this this jacket, man. And the little buttons. This is like so much better, in my opinion, than what came with Miles. The jacket from Miles, not the best, but maybe because he was a smaller character. Peter being a bigger character, they can maybe easier to nail the jacket. And I think they did a phenomenal job, man. This looks good, man. Oh, look at all the stitch work, man. You gotta be impressed by that. Look at that. Even have the the pockets in the coat, you know, cut out. They look like actual pockets. I'm pretty sure they're not though, but they look that way. You don't think you can lift the. I don't think it's a real button. No, it's not. But it looks good. It looks great. This thing has a lot of bending wire here at the bottom. Bending wire goes all around the bottom, so from here into the back, bending wire all up right there. Where else? There's bending wire here in the collar, and there's bending wire here on coming down the jacket right here. Bending wire is all up right there, so you don't have to worry about. I mean, if you want to do some action poses, you're definitely going to be able to get this jacket, however you want to. It looks pretty good. So there's that. When you open up the jacket, you get to see the Spidey suit. So there's a Spider-Man suit right there. Got a little bit of shading here and there. This guy has a little bit of bleeding going on in some of the areas here, and the reds really doesn't match up from the collar to the body. They're kind of two different colored reds, which is kind of a bummer. So it is what it is though. But it's good though, man. You can see that this is actually not just lines. It's actually sculpted in here. The webbing on the shirt, also of course the Spidey emblem is too. Just really good. I got a little bit of red paint on the middle of mine. And then you have the texture here in the blue. You can see that. That's pretty cool. And we'll take a look at the rest of that later once I, get this guy undressed. That sounds really weird. But anyway, so you got your sweatpants here, and they're basically like a sweatpants, man. There's an elastic here in the sweats, which is nice. They work just like sweatpants. Stretchy. Nothing else to really say about it, but they look good. It's basically how they looked in the film, so they did a good job there. And then one of his options for his feet, you got his one boot here. His little fake Timberlands going on. And they're sculpted really nicely. There's the bottom. Looks good. And then you have his little Chuck Taylors here on the other foot. Definitely not matching. No swag at all. But that's pretty cool though. They nailed that. That was definitely one of his looks in the movie. So there you have it. There is the first look, man, of a couple looks you can get Peter B in. But before we get into more of that, we're gonna check out the articulation. Alright guys, so I removed the soft goods, and this is basically how the Buck looks with the coat and the sweatpants off. I know this looks a little weird, and people probably looking at why does Spider-Man have his tights roll all the way up to his knees? And we're going to explain all that in a little bit when we get to accessories. But right now, we're going to take a look at the articulation. So it is the Mafex articulation that we know to love here. So you have a ball peg here, also a ball peg here in the neck. You can spin it this way and that way, and you also have the ball peg at the bottom of the neck here, the base of the neck, so it allows him to look down that much, allows him to look up about that much, and you get that side to side motion here or there, and you can spin it 360 as well. There you have it. And then you have your butterfly joints here that move back that much, which is really nice, and forward that much. I also don't like one thing I don't like is that how dark the it is in there compared to the red here on the suit. That's kind of annoying. Same thing with the neck, like I said before. But anyway, you have your hinge here in the shoulder, go up about that much, which is nice, and then it can spin 360. Oh, and it can come off as well. Look at that. So it looks like his shoulder comes off for some reason. You snap that right back on. You have your bicep swivel here. You go 360 with that. Double jointed elbow goes way better than 90. And then you have your peg here in the wrist right here. It can go up about that much. It can go up about that much and down about that much, and also spin around, and that's how that looks. Very easy, man. Usually these pegs are like really tough, but I think they made the peg maybe a little bit bigger or something for this figure, and it works perfectly. Problems I was having with a lot of other Mafex figures with this peg feeling like it's always so fragile, but these are really nice. Come down to the torso here. You have your ab crunch that goes down about that much, not really a lot, and goes back about that much. Goes side to side. Obviously, this Spidey's been eaten, a little bit, so he's a little bit wider than your normal Spider-Man that you would see. I haven't nailed that. You come down to the waist here that spins like that, side to side, goes back about that much, goes forward. Oh man, not a ton, but you can get it forward though. You force it a little bit. Oh, and that comes apart, so there you can see the inside of there. Pop that back on, and then you got your dumbbell here in the legs. Allows his legs to go out about that much. Also has to drop down, so it allows for kicks to be extended. And speaking of kicks, you can kick up about that much, kick back that much before it starts to go out because of the buttocks. You get that right. Oops, backs. That seems to be an issue here in the shoulder. Glad I'm seeing that though. Anyway, back to the articulation. So to go back to the knee, you got a double jointed knee right there. Better than that, looks good. And then also I always forget, but you get their thigh swivel too. I always forget about the thigh swivel. My bad. And then you get down to the ankles. Ankles goes about that much. Goes back about that much. And then you have the pivot here. And these shoes don't have toe articulation, but his costume does. And that's important. So that is the articulation scheme. I know what's going on here with my shoulder here. I want other people like that. That comes off really easily for some reason. And it seems like it's only on that, maybe on that shoulder. No, yeah, this one doesn't do it at all. So yeah, that seems like a QC issue here in my shoulder. I wonder if yours is like that. Let me know in the comments if your Peter B. Parker has a joint, that shoulder joint that falls off that easily. I mean, it's not really falling off, but it's definitely, you give it a tug and it's coming off. So that's unfortunate, but yeah, that's your articulation. On to the accessories. Kicking it off with the head sculpt, Spidey comes with 4 different head sculpts. This is the first one out of the package, which is the Peter B. Parker smirking head, which is spot on, looks great. Here's his second unmasked head, which is kind of more of a serious face, and he has the mask on top of his head. He's about to pull it over. Then go Spidey mode. So there's that. That's how the top of that looks. It's blurry. There we go. So yep. And here's the first of 2 masked head sculpts, and this looks good. Very film accurate. And last but not least, here is the second masked head sculpt, which is my favorite, with the squinting eyes. Spidey comes with a whopping 9 sets of hands and 1 additional right hand. And this is the first, the one out of the package, which is kind of like these relaxed hands. He comes with a pair of wall crawling hands. Another pair of wall crawling hands, but this time with magnets in them, so Spidey can climb up those refrigerators. Another pair of spread out hands, a little less wall crawling and more yay pizza. He comes with a pair of web swinging hands or thumbs up hands, whatever you want them to be. Here's a pair of hold 'em and grab 'em hands, but with pegs in the hand so you can hold the mask. Speaking of the mask, I'm going to show you this right now. It's that same little mask that we've been getting with all the Mafex Spideys. So he comes with that, and you can plug that right into the hand. He comes with another pair of hold 'em and grab 'em hands without the pegs. Can't have a Spider-Man figure without some thwip hands. And here are a pair of fists. Put up your dukes. And here is the extra right hand holding a coffee mug, which has some coffee in there. Look at that. So Spidey can have his cup of joe. And what's a cup of coffee without a slice of pizza? So little pepperonis, cheese, the crust. Not the most detailed pizza, but it gets the job done. Alright, so one of the cool features about this figure is that he comes with alternative shins. That's right, baby. I said it. Alternative shins. This. So yeah, his lower legs, his whole, including his calf, and everything else. Basically his lower legs can be changed out. And so if you want to have him with the bare skin, you can have it like this, or you can change it to these right here, which are the Spider-Man costume legs. So let's just put one on, see how that works. And it just the peg that's supposedly just supposed to go into the hole like so. And there you have it right there. Now you have the Spider-Man, bottom leg on. And look at that. Look at that. There it is. The articulation. The toe articulation. Spidey comes with 4 sets of alternative feet. So you've already seen the boot and Converse combination. You've seen the Spider-Man costume feet, and he also comes with the costume feet with the magnets for you put them on the refrigerator and things like that and other metal surfaces, and also comes with a pair of bare feet. So here are the bare feet right there. So look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Look at them bunions. He also comes with 3 sets of web. So you have the longest ones are for swinging. So these two right here. And you have short and long whipping webs here that you can attach to the wrist. And we've seen these a whole bunch of times throughout all of the Mafex Spider-Man figures. Alright, it is size comparison time. Time to compare Peter B to other figures from other lines. Here he is compared to Mafex comic book Spider-Man and Into the Spider-Verse Miles Morales. Here he is at Marvel Legends Angry Hugh Jackman and Marvel Legends Deadpool. Here he is at SH Figure Arts Mach 50 Iron Man from Infinity War and SH Figure Arts Son Goku. Here he is at Amazing Yamaguchi Revoltex All Might and Black Series Ahsoka Tano. Here he is beside NECA's TMNT Disguise Raphael and Mezco's 1/12 Blade. Overall, Mafex Into the Spider-Verse Peter B. Parker Spider-Man is a awesome figure, man. A very, very fun figure that unfortunately gets plagued by Mafex QC issues. It seems like they take a step forward and then 2 steps back every other release, and for me it is what it's one of those situations, unfortunately. I had a lot of fun playing with this figure, but I was frustrated with the shoulder coming off constantly when I'm trying to pose the figure up and everything, and that could just be a QC issue with my figure, but the fact that it happened so much during the review, I have to take the figure down a peg. But other than that, though, this figure is fun, man. It's very, very fun. There is so many different looks you can give to this guy. The soft goods are great. Better quality than Miles, in my opinion. The likeness to the animated character from the film is also amazing. The accessory count is great. It seems like sometimes with Mafex they charge all this money for these figures and you don't get your bang for your buck. You definitely get the bang for your buck with this figure, man. This guy has so many accessories, so many different things you can do with him to play activity, as I say, is very, very good, very high with this figure, man. And honestly, even with the issues with the QC issues, I have to say this figure is definitely a fun figure to have. And if you want a more expensive Into the Spider-Verse figure with more accessories than the Marvel Legends one, definitely go out and get them. I do recommend them. Just be aware that there's a chance that you could have some of these QC issues, and that sucks. But if you can somehow get past that or get that fixed, you're gonna have yourself one hell of a figure. Yes, there's a couple little paint issues here and there, but that doesn't really bother me as much, because everything else that I can think of with this figure, it shines brightly, man. And I would definitely 100% recommend you pick this guy up. Right now he is at Ami, and I'm pretty sure he just hit Big Bad Toy Store like this week, so you guys can go get him from Big Bad Toy Store. He's available right now. He's pretty expensive, but I think he is definitely worth the money. So guys, if you like this review, please smash that like button. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel for more figure reviews. And also hit that bell icon so you get notified every time I put up a brand new video. Don't want to miss that. And like I always say, guys, stay gold, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.